Okay, in this video, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about the actual doors. We're at the Home Depot. We're going to go in there and I'm going to go over all the basics with you. I'm also going to take you into Lowe's as well. They both carry the same types of things. Really, the only difference is that they get their doors from different manufacturers. Doors come in two main categories. We have the slab and the pre-hung. When I'm talking about a slab, I'm talking about just the door and nothing else. You can buy slabs individually. When I'm talking about a pre-hung, that is a door that comes pre-hung within its own frame. It's important to know the standard sizes because even though doors come in different sizes, the sizes are standard. There are three dimensions you need to know: the height, the width, and the thickness. The standard heights of doors are 80 inches, 84 inches, and 96 inches. Most doors are 80 inches tall, and when you go to a store like Home Depot, you're typically only going to find 80-inch tall doors. There are two standard thicknesses. Interior doors are generally 1 3/8 thick, and exterior doors are generally 1 3/4 thick. Lastly, you need to know the standard widths: 24 inches, 28 inches, 30 inches, 32 inches, 34 inches, and 36 inches. Those are the standard widths you're going to find in stock. 42 inches and 48 inches are also standard widths, but those are very rare and those are going to be a special order. When it comes to doors, you could see anything in any location, but those are the basics. And even though 34 inches is a standard width, it is not a width of door that anybody stocks. And 34 inches will always be a special order. But I also have a video that shows you how to make your own 34-inch door if you need to do that. The door on an exterior pre-hung will be 1 3/4 inches thick. On an interior pre-hung, it's 1 3/8 inches thick. It's important to understand the handing, the swing direction, and the wall thickness. Here's an exterior door. I'm standing outside and I can tell because there's the threshold. So does this door swing in or out? It swings in. So this is an in swing. So now I need to know the handing. Is it a right-hand door or a left-hand door? Here's how you tell. Stand with your back to the hinges. The hinges are right here. So I put my back to the hinges. Now hold your arms up at your side. Which arm mimics the movement of the door? This is my left arm. My left arm would mimic the movement of the door. So this is a left-hand door. Since it swings in, this is called a left-hand in swing. You also need to know the depth of the jamb, and that corresponds to the thickness of your wall. So you need to measure the actual jamb. You don't measure this. This is your interior trim, also called the casing. And you don't measure the exterior trim either. In this case, it's brick mold. Just measure the actual jamb, which goes from this edge to this edge. Standard is 4.5. It could be any size, but this is a 4.5-inch jamb. Technically, it's 4 9/16, but it's referred to as 4.5, and that's the most common size. Here are the various exterior pre-hungs. You see we've got our handing here, 32 by 80, left hand in swing, and this is steel. And you see this is called a half light because it just has the window on the top. This one happens to have mini blinds inside of it. We have 32s, 36s. Then we've got a 9 light in steel. And here we've got a 1 light in steel. Again, 32s and 36s. If you're working in this area, you would familiarize yourself and realize 30 is not a size that they stock. And here is the 6 panel in steel. Here are some outswing pre-hungs. Notice these are all 6 panel. 36 inches and 32 inches. You will not see a large variety of outswing doors in stock. And some depots do stock just the doors. This is a steel 6-panel, and these are available in 36 and 32, and these will generally fit into any pre-hung jamb that the Home Depot sells. And you'll notice all of these pre-hungs come with the exterior molding, in this case brick molding, already attached. That's a regional thing. You will not see that at all Home Depots. In most cases, you have to remove it just to get the thing installed, but they're usually just nailed on or stapled on so they can easily be taken off and reapplied after installation if you want them. Another thing to note about the inventory at this store is that they do have a variety of pre-hung doors, but it's not a huge variety, and they're almost all steel or fiberglass. Notice they do not have any wood pre-hung doors in stock. The Home Depot does offer a variety of colors in steel and fiberglass, and you can choose from this display rack here. You can order any one of these doors in various sizes in a pre-hung. And this store does sell pre-hung double doors. They have them in two sizes, 72 inches wide and 60 inches wide. So if you have two 36-inch doors, you'd get the 72-inch model. If you have two 30-inch doors, you'd get the 60-inch model. Here are the interior pre-hung doors. As you can see, they are labeled clearly with the width and the height of the actual door, and they also include the handing. These particular models happen to be split jamb pre-hungs. A split jamb comes apart so that one half gets installed on one side of the doorway and the other half gets installed on the other side of the doorway, and then they snap together like a telescope. So you see this half has this slot and the other side has this groove, so when you push them together they interlock, and that can accommodate varying widths of doorways. So for example, the thinnest wall this could accommodate would be about 4 inches, and then the thickest wall this could accommodate would be 4 3/4. I have never seen a pre-hung 18-inch door. Wow, you learn something new every day. That's why it's good to familiarize yourself with what's available. Also look at the stock. Here's one. These are all hollow doors. It's got the arch with the vertical planks. This is the most common style, the 6-panel. 2-panel square. What you'll notice is there are no 34-inch pre-hung doors. Here's the stock at Lowe's. Same types of doors, same sizes, different manufacturer. They have Reliabuilt, whereas Home Depot has Masonite. Also here, not all the doors come with casing attached, and they do not offer these split jambs. Here are double doors, pre-hung. These are 10 light French doors, unfinished pine. And you see these are available in 48 inches. They also have 60-inch pre-hung double doors and 48-inch pre-hung double doors. Now we're looking at interior slabs. See, that says 30 by 80 by 1 3/8. SC stands for solid core, 6-panel pine. That's 1 3/8 thick. And they've got 15 light interior in 24, 30, 32, and 36. Here they've got 2-panel 24-inch slabs. When they have the doors up on a rack like this, these are almost always going to be hollow. And many of these are pre-bored, the lock cut out already. And here they've got the 2-panel square. These are hollow doors, 24, 28, 32, 36. They probably have 30s, but they just don't have them in stock right now. Interior doors come in hollow and solid. The difference is the price. Solid is more expensive because they're higher quality, they're more durable, they give better soundproofing, and they just make your whole house feel more secure and snug and quiet. If you can afford them, get them. Flush door is just flat. no detail. So if you look through all of the interior doors in your local stock, you'll have a good idea of the styles that are available. Other styles available really depend on the geographical region. This is the 2-panel square. So it's got 2 squares, top and bottom. And these are more common in some neighborhoods and states than they are in others. Here's another one. This is the Cheyenne 2-panel clank. So it's got the vertical. These are all hollow doors. Anything you see in hollow you can get in solid, but they aren't always stocked. Down on these lower racks, you'll usually see the most common doors. So that's a hollow core flush door, 30-inch. Here's your hollow core 6-panel, 30-inch. Here's hollow core 6-panel, 24-inch. When they have them down there, that's the most commonly sold and installed door in that area. Both Home Depot and Lowe's do have a nice selection of custom interior doors. You can get these in slabs or pre-hung. These are generally more expensive and do take much longer to acquire, but they are available, so they do have some very nice doors, even though they do not stock them. Find the display like this in either store and then talk to someone in the milling department about getting it ordered. Make sure you know the dimensions that you need. A French door is a door with glass in it. Most people think if you have 2 doors side by side, those are French doors. No. 2 doors side by side like this are simply referred to as double doors. These are not French doors. These are just double doors. These are double doors that happen to be French doors. French door is a door that has glass in it, and the pieces of glass are referred to as lights. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this is called a 10 light French door. This French door has 15 lights. French slab, 15 light pine. These are 32, 36, and 30 by 80 by 1.75 inches. For exterior slabs, the bigger the Home Depot, the more doors they'll have, but generally they have about 6 different types. And Lowe's, you're lucky if you can find 2 different types there. So they're not a great place to find exterior slabs, but they do have some. 15 light and 9 light. You got the fan light. Here's the 1 light. They also call it a full light. But this is solid core, which means it's got about 1 inch of wood around the perimeter. And then the inside is a compressed wood product. It's not particle board. It's much harder and stronger than that. Really heavy, really solid. But what happens is these things get cut and then the bottom's not protected or the top is not protected, and then they soak up water like a sponge and they get destroyed. If they're using that for an exterior door, it has to be well covered and well painted. This is another solid core door, flush door with a birch veneer, which means it's got this 1/8 inch strip of plywood over it. And these are nice if you want to stain them. Popular in office buildings and some apartment buildings. Some people use these as front doors. It's a very common front door as long as it's covered and protected. When it comes to patio doors, you have sliders. Dimensions for these are height and width. These are typically 80 inches. And they usually come in 5, 6, and 8 foot lengths. This one has the hinge in the middle. These are referred to as folding doors or hinged patio doors. Home Depot and Lowe's both sell barn door kits. That means you get the door and the hardware together in one kit. These doors are 84 inches long, which is great for a barn door. However, they are 36 inches wide, which may or may not work, so you kind of get a one size fits all, but you do get a nice selection of doors and hardware. And if you don't want to get something off the rack, they do have the option of ordering custom barn doors as well. And again, both stores, they have the same thing, just different styles, different manufacturers, but they're decent products. And of course, I have a video that shows the complete installation of a barn door and all the factors that go into it. Bifold closet doors. There will be 2 doors in each kit. Width that they give is the total width. So if that says 24, it has 2 12-inch doors. You've got a 30 and a 36. Here's the bifold door section at Lowe's. So they have the same basic stuff, even though it's a different manufacturer. And in my experience, when it comes to doors, the biggest difference is that Lowe's just doesn't have the same variety. They don't have as much stuff as the Depot. This Home Depot does sell these closet bypass doors as a kit, but they're very limited in their style and size. If you do want bypass closet doors, what I recommend is just buying the doors and hardware separate. Any interior doors can be installed as closet bypass doors. What you do is measure the width of your closet and then divide it by 2 and then buy doors that are bigger than that. So if your closet is 60 inches wide, that would be 2 30-inch doors. But you want the doors to overlap when they're closed. So if your closet is 60 inches wide, you'd want to buy 2 doors that are each 32 inches wide. That way, when they're in the closed position, they overlap and look real nice. And of course, I have a video that shows you how to install that. Here is the commercial steel door section at Home Depot, and not all Home Depots carry these, only some. That is the steel door, also called a hollow metal door. These are for commercial use, and these doors are rated for 90-minute, fireproof or 90-minute. And the frame is a 3-piece frame called a knockdown frame. And I have videos that show you exactly how to install these and how to remove the old ones. They also sell what's called a welded frame, which is basically a pre-hung door, which is all steel. And you'll notice those welded frames are dual bore for 2 locks. But when you buy the single door, it just has a single bore for 1 lock. And that bore, the back set on that is 2 3/4. And it's important to know the bore location and the hinge locations, because sometimes you just want to buy the door and replace a door. Sometimes you want to just replace a metal frame and put a wood door into it. There's a lot of good options here with these. And Lowe's does not carry these products. When it comes to the metal security doors and the storm doors, you generally have a few different types to choose from. The lowest end product, if it's all you can afford, go ahead and get it. But they're often not very secure and can be problematic because they're so much lower in quality. That's my experience. And when it comes to the size, don't worry about measuring your opening. Just measure your actual door. Most exterior doors are either 32 inches wide or 36 inches wide and 80 inches tall. If yours is in that neighborhood, then just get a 32 by 80 or a 36 by 80. If yours is bigger than that, especially if it's 84 inches tall, it's going to be a custom order. There are alternatives to the big box stores, and those would include your local door supplier. They are generally independently run and they specialize in doors and windows. Some of them have custom shops, and the great thing about them is their staff really knows doors inside and out, and because they deal with many more manufacturers than the big box stores, they can get you just about anything you want. In Nashville, stores like that would include Warren Brothers and Central Woodwork. In Los Angeles, door suppliers include Anderson Molding and Taylor Brothers. All great companies. And lastly, if you look hard enough, you can usually find some sort of unique door distributor in your town. Here's one in Nashville called Southeastern Salvage. And this store is amazing. It's got home furnishings and garden supply goods and an incredible variety of doors. I look around this place and I'm amazed at the number of doors they have in stock and the variety and the quality. So look around and you might just be able to find something like this. I wanted to add one thing about purchasing doors online. I do have some clients who love to purchase everything online, including their doors. Here is an example of a shaker door. These are double shaker doors, one panel. Here's a single one panel shaker door, very common door. Here's how much that door costs on Amazon. And here's the same door, same size on Wayfair. Wayfair is actually a pretty good site. A lot of my clients purchase from them. Always pays to compare pricing. So that's all I have to say about doors. I'm sure you're going to run into things I didn't cover. It's impossible to cover everything, but I guarantee you, you already know 10 times more about doors than I knew when I started doing this. So you're way ahead of the game. Understand your standard sizes and what's available in your area and what they cost, and you'll be on your way.